Welcome back to Ace Attorney Anime Review, episode number 20. This is where I'm viewing the 42nd episode of the anime, Bridge to Turnabout Second Trial. Picks up where last week's episode left off, where it's pretty much like Miles had pretty much accepted the job as, well, being the defense attorney for this one case. And he goes to the crime scene, does investigating. Like he sees the actual murder, well, the apparent murder site anyways, yes. Where you see the sword, Mystic Ami, who's been referenced frequently this particular season. Yeah, she's been referenced several times in the course of the series. And this is one of her statues. And Maya is still, like, locked in a temple. Pearl is missing, so they're searching for her. And apparently it's also revealed that the author apparently also had a bunch of bruises on her body from falling from a second-story window. Okay, apparently from her room. If that's the case, then why isn't the wood broken? Yeah, that's a really damn good question. Also, when Miles meets up with Sister Bikini, he thinks, well, an actual Bikini, but nope, it's somebody else. They meets with Larry, who apparently lives in a shack that is apparently got holes in it. I'm like, how is this man not cold? His house has got holes in it, and has barely insulation, yet this guy, he lives here in the frickin' snow, and it's cold. How is he not cold? Seriously. And apparently he is, in fact, the apprentice of Elsa, the murder victim. Yep. And then we have the actual trial, and we actually see the blonde-haired judge, who also has a blonde beard. This is his, well, technically the third time he's technically appeared in the series. The first time he appeared was actually during the trial which had the Phantom Thief case. That was the first time he appeared here for like one episode for that. And then, believe it or not, he actually appeared for the flashback that came forth this one. It's nice to see we have a different judge. And because people will be confused over the whole thing about Miles, because Miles is a prosecutor. So he knows about Godot, but he knows about Godot, but he does know who Godot is. I mean, he hasn't seen him yet anyways. So he arranges a different prosecutor. Who? Francesca, making her first appearance this season. Because the last time she appeared in the series was actually at the end of season 1. It has been, at this particular point in the series, approximately almost 20 episodes, at least 18 episodes since her last appearance on the series. It's always great to see this woman. Yep. And of course, they all go over the case itself, the actual wound, go over the person's testimony, which is similar to what he heard. And, like, of course, the whole thing of, and of course, I should mention that when he's meeting up with Sister Bikini, she pretty much confirms a lot what Iris said. Yeah, and it's pointed out via dialogue that Iris looks exactly like Dahlia, the one who was involved in the last two cases for this one via flashback episodes. Yep. As for why Pearl is not here in the episode, as for where she is, they don't exactly say where she is. She just is missing. And I kind of forgot to mention that, like, she completely disappeared. Like, okay, we have this children's author get murdered, and we have this little girl, Pearl, this adorable little girl, and she disappears, and no one bothers to go look for her in last week's episode. And then it takes the following episode to finally investigate, searching for her. Hopefully they do find her, and stuff is revealed next week's episode, which I'm looking forward to it. This overall was a good episode. I mean, I would say the biggest highlight of the episode was her and Francesca. I think she's a great character, and I'm glad the fact that they actually brought her back. Now, it's hinted at both in present and flashbacks, Francesca is in love with Miles. Yes, it's very heavily hinted at that she has a thing for him. As for in case this is developed upon, as far as I know, no, this has basically never been developed at all. I mean, I'm sure Miles does know that she has feelings for him, but it's unknown if he has feelings for her. Yeah, I'm sure he probably does. I mean, Yes, he was raised by her father, but he's not technically her brother, so it's perfectly okay because Von Karma was sort of his guardian. Not his father per se, let's say adopted father. Basically, he took over legal guardianship of him after, well, he murdered his father. That Von Karma murdered Miles' father. hmm Yeah, of course, Von Karma himself is actually referenced in this episode, but they overlook the fact he's currently serving time in prison for murder. The murder of Miles' father. hmm Which happened like a good about 20 years for the events of the series. Yeah, which is actually referenced in a couple flashback episodes. Yep. And it's interesting though about Larry's entrance that he just somehow just jumps down and lands right near the witness stand. I'm like, how is he not hurt jumping down that high? Yeah, but I'm sure you guys got some acrobatic moves. Excuse me. Otherwise, that's really it for this particular review. And this is the only review I actually had planned to do today. Yeah, because I was not technically going to finish up case close. The case closes a maybe, but no, that's not gonna happen today. Maybe tomorrow, along with a review of, along with the comic corner. I was thinking do a comic corner tonight, but because of how late it is, no, I'm not doing comic corner tonight. I'm doing it tomorrow. Okay, but until you see my next review, bye.